We're back
We are back.
for one more video before we actually go out and exercise.
Okay, so this is something I was thinking about. I feel like a lot of information about, well, when we come to the raw food diet, the first thing we learn about is enzymes. Oh, we're eating raw foods because they have all their enzymes. But then that's as far as it goes. Then it kind of gets swept aside from there. How important are enzymes? What are enzymes, and why do they get overlooked? I feel like they're almost the most important thing to our health at this point.
Well, enzymes are little like proteins that actually allow cells to communicate. Click, click. And there's a lot of different types of enzymes.
So without enzymes, our cells are not communicating?
No. Without enzymes, they're not communicating on a level of being able to transfer information. And without the minerals, the frequencies of energy and light that are associated with that particular mineral are not able to be conducted. So you're really a water-based electrical being, but the enzymes being protein structures that are enabling just cells to like talk and transmit energy to one another so that there can be harmony. It all comes back to harmony. And harmony is peace. And total and complete peace with the body.
We lost our son.
Mind and spirit is something that I haven't been able to, I have not found complete and total harmony, and that's why I'm going to continue to detoxify myself until I have harmony with the peace with the body, harmony with the body, harmony with the heart, mind, so that there's this unison.
And so the cooked foods are unfortunately devoid of these enzymes, or they might have some, but for the most part they're cooked out, or?
For the most part, yeah. Again, what you're doing is denaturing the electrons and disorganizing them at the most subtle levels, and then at the more grosser levels or the more denser levels, you are bursting the cellulose so that you lose the electromagnetic fiber. That's one thing. You're also destroying the ability for those enzymes to be useful, because you're just, I mean, when you, what happens if you took a blowtorch to your TB, an acetylene torch, and just, or, you know, took a, I don't know, just let's take this pillow and pour gas on it and then light it with a match and see what happens. It's going to be completely transformed and totally different. And so it's just going to change the chemical composition. And when you're talking about like food, you're talking about this process that takes place very, very intelligently to create an orange. It's like if you've ever gone out into the fruit orchards and looked, and you're like, how does this happen? It comes out of like nothing. And all it is a little bit of water and some minerals. So food is like concentrated electricity, because if it was coming out of the soil, eventually the tree would kind of go down and there'd be a big hole there, but it's not. Year after year after year, this dirt is still there, so the dirt isn't getting sucked up through the roots into the fruit. It's like the water. Of course, you've got to have the water, and that's what most of the best foods are, is pure water. But how in the world is it building that cellulose? What's it building it out of? It's like it's concentrated electricity.
That's miraculous. But can you talk a little bit about the farming practices today, and why, for instance, we work with Lou and his company Puridyme, which is an enzyme company. Why do we do that? We're already raw foodists, and all our raw food has enzymes in it. Why are we taking enzymes when we're eating raw foods? That doesn't make sense.
Well, it helps to absorb the foods that we have eaten.
Break it down. And
break it down even more so that you do get more nutrition. There's different phases in the game.
Especially since we both still have our mucoid plaque, apparently.
Well, there's therapeutic enzymes, and then there's the digestive enzymes. The digestive enzymes kind of help to break up the nuts and seeds, so you're absorbing more nutrition.
But what about the soil? This is what I'm referencing.
Oh, because people say there's no enzymes in the soil, but that's not really entirely true. If there was no enzymes in the soil, there would be no bioactivity. There'd be no life. There'd be no microbes.
Well, I don't know if anybody's saying there's no enzymes in the soil. It's just enzyme deficient. Oh, okay.
Enzyme deficient
mineral
meaning
and enzyme, or mineral deficient.
Vitamin and mineral and mineral deficiencies.
Because why? Because it's all these, a lot of the farmers, especially on these bigger farms, even organic, they're not feeding the soil. The soil is actually like a living organism, and it needs all these things to be thriving. And when you're trying to mass produce all this food, because it's profit based instead of let's make the healthiest food possible, then they're just doing it really quick, and they're not putting the stuff back into the soil. Therefore, we have even organic raw foods that are enzyme depleted, right?
In the sense they're not as nutrient dense. So
As they could be.
the reason why
Maybe
Lou
like 100 years ago.
loves to use the enzymes is because what it does is it helps to absorb more of the nutrition that is in there, like the parsley. You know, if there was parsley that was grown in very rich soil,
Yeah.
then it would be very mineral rich, and it would have all the minerals on the periodic table, gold and all kinds of, every kind of boron and things you never even heard of, you know,
Right.
vanadium and things that are just precursors to the other more larger minerals like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc, and that type of thing. So, and again, you might have heard me say this in other videos, that the minerals are, it's a synergistic. One mineral feeds off another, activates another, and it's this line of electricity that's able to be transmitted. Well, one mineral deficiency leads to another. So the enzymes are helping to break open the carbohydrates and break those down, and so you can absorb more of the sugars, break down these fats into fatty acids so you can absorb more of the fats.
And it's also like an accelerated healing program. Like I'm helping a family member who was diagnosed with cancer, and the first thing we did was put him on a high enzyme protocol, and it's the results so far have been amazing, like amazing. And I'm so grateful, because this is someone I really deeply care about. And you know, only I don't know how many months ago, before Lou came to us with his company, we were into enzymes, but we weren't really super into them. It was just kind of like a thing, you know. And then every time we spend time with Lou and we learn more about his company, and about, like, it's taken me a while to really understand what enzymes are. Like, I have to ask so many questions, like, but what does it do? Like, why does it work? And then now I've been experimenting on myself, and I try to take them with every meal. Sometimes I forget with like juices or like light raw foods, but if I'm going to eat something cooked, I'm definitely going to take the enzymes, because look, our faces are in the dark. This is crazy.
I know, this is crazy. Well, it's the information's here and it's real, right? So this Life Regenerator, moving right ahead no matter what goes on, and it's all love anyways, and information that may be able to transform. So
that was actually my wait, never mind.
Got a lot more questions.
But it's kind of stuff that we already covered. And
Okay,
so
cool.
I think this kind of concludes our interview series for now. This was a really fun opportunity.
Babe, it took me 3.5 years of working with Lou Corona to finally get the cultured foods and the enzymes through my own experiences of over the years, looking at it, watching it, and then myself finally committing to an enzyme protocol. Like, I would just play with the enzymes and stuff and have some fun with them. But then when I actually did a high enzyme protocol myself and saw the results, it was mostly, you can see mostly within your stool as the result of, and the energy that you get, because the enzymes actually allow for oxygen to be produced and carried through the system.
Oh yeah, that was one of the craziest things I learned, was how much oxygen is created in the body when you take it. Because what does it do? It takes nitrogen. Crap, I can't remember the science behind this.
And breaks it open into the food. It helps to break open the food and release the oxygen that's in the food, because most people aren't chewing their food good enough. So if
Is that what it was?
if you take a lot of time and you really chew your food well and breathe deeply, you will absorb much more of the nutrition.
So yeah, those enzymes really oxygenate your blood, is what we learned last time, which is amazing. Gosh, yeah, that's really all I have for you today.
Great job. Thank you, everyone. We had so much fun. We will talk to you again soon. Let us know if we can do more for you in a setting like this. And thank you for your positive thoughts and encouragement. We love you. Adios.